Hey y'all, it's your girl Schoolboy. Welcome back to the channel. And Lord Jesus, we about to get into some things tonight. Some interesting things that have been going on. Before we get any further into the show, if y'all can like, comment, and subscribe, sure if you care. Get me pushed around this YouTube algorithm. And if you're here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and continue to, support your girl out here in these streets. Also, once again, I want to say thank you for all the love and support recently. Any cash apps, anything that has been sent has been greatly appreciated. I love each and every one of you. And scholars, let's have some fun tonight. Let's do some reads, some gags, and just let's listen and enjoy the night and get a little bit of education at the same time. I want to let y'all enjoy tonight, and we just gonna have a good old time tonight. So tonight we talking about Nick Cannon and his turban and his super sperm. That's what we're gonna talk about. This man's sperm is undefeated, y'all. I have never seen somebody get this many people pregnant besides Future. It's amazing that anybody could shoot. I mean, he ain't shooting no blanks, y'all. Like no blanks. Like it is. It's a damn shame to shoot this much stuff out here, and you shooting up the club, so we know your pullout game is weak. There is no pulling out. You just a volunteer for the situation at this point. And it's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. Just want to shout out to everybody that's coming in the building. Hey, Miss Ree. Hey, Indigo. Hey, Truth, Strong Warrior. Hey, Simply Annie. Hey, Stacy Vines. Hey, Kaza Love. Hey, Felicia Garrett. Oh, shout out from New Jersey. We up in here for it. All right. So the crazy part to me about all of this, and I think a lot of people feel like, and I guess for me, my question is, I'm not so much mad at Nick Cannon. I'm not upset with him. I'm not upset for what he's doing. I'm more disappointed in the women and choosing to go this route. Now let's be real, okay? Women are doing this for, I don't know what reason nowadays. I know they say screw with a purpose, but we are taking screw with a purpose to a whole new level. Now, I get it. You want to populate the whole greater United States, and you can do that because you can afford to do it. But there's a lot of people that perpetuate this same notion nowadays in regular, degular, schmegular life that, let's be real, they got kids and can't afford to do what Nick Cannon doing. And let's be real, there's only 24 hours in a day. So I ain't no damn way you gonna tell me you seeing all of these kids all of the time. That you, as a businessman and a mogul, you got enough time to film all of these shows that you're on and do all of these things and actually tend to all these children in all these different homes. Now, there's a new lady that's pregnant. Now, I'm assuming that she only got one baby. Okay? Now, she only got one baby. Now, you done had what, 2-3 kids in 1 year? Sir, you out here reckless with it. And that's why women have the ability to stop this. And when I say that y'all got the ability to stop it, because the man only goes inside you if you allow him to. And the man only hits that special climax if you want him to inside of you unprotected. So that means your goal as being a long-term wife may or may not even really be there, to be honest. And I'm just being real. Because at the end of the day, not that I have nothing against anybody that's choosing to do this, but at the same time, be responsible. Because even if you correlate this back to the black man not being in the household, if we can take it all the way back to slavery. In slavery times, they separated the black family. And we've continued with that same notion with our own indoctrination from what we took from those people and brought it into us. And now we've continued that between the jail cycle, between life and death, and between just once you become an entertainer, you just start going around here spreading your seed all willy-nilly. Now, don't get me wrong. Once again, the woman has the ability to cut down all of this BS. These women ain't cutting down this BS because at the end of the day, nowadays, most girls want to see that there's a bag in it. What's the bag in it? Oh, now you got Nick Cannon with all of these kids, fool-la-line all over the nation. And let's be clear. There's only two sets of twins, which is Mariah's kids, who are going to have an infinite bag for the rest of their life. Mariah has set them apart for the rest of these kids. These girls that he's dealing, wilding out models and Instagram models and this, that, and the third. What is your end game? Because when the child support cuts off, when they get 18 or as an adult, they don't really have to deal with you. All he got to deal with is the kids directly. So what's your end game? Because he done already said, like Kel 007 says, he has no intention with being with any one woman long term. So you go into this knowing that all you ever gonna be is a baby mama. You know you ain't never gonna be a wife. You know he gonna stick his ink pen in you and anybody else that he can stick it in. And at the end of the day, he's putting your pH balance in jeopardy because he going around from woman to woman. Let's be clear. He don't give a damn about you, because just like you were attracted to him for the money, the fame, the accolade, and the quote unquote clout of being with him and having children by him and being around him, it's nothing for him to go in the DM and get somebody else. You know better. Because I've always said this, and I love black women to death. And I love black women, and I want black women to understand this, that once you when you're the fun and the good time girl, and you're the one that is the one that's less stressful because there ain't no kids are tied to you and there's nothing else that comes with you. Yeah, you fun for the moment, but as soon as you get knocked up and you have kids, you're no longer fun anymore. You're not going to be the one that he's going to want to be with in a long term and have this relationship with. Because he don't want to be with you like that. He's already made his intentions when he came straight through the door. He came straight through the door letting you know he wasn't going to do nothing but lay up with you, buy you a few Birkin bags, hang out with you, fool-la-la with you all around the world until you get knocked up. And yeah, I got an obligation to come by and see my kids, but I don't really have an obligation with you. Because I guarantee by 2022, well, we in 2021, we halfway through 2021, he'll get somebody else knocked up. And it'll be another woman with another set of kids. And so you making a tribe and a village of all these kids, but you're not active with none of these kids. How active are you with these kids? Are you around like that? Or what are you doing? Are you seeing them like that? I think that black people need to stop perpetuating things that we know are not good for the culture, but we perpetuate it for what? Who cares that you got the money? Who cares that you got the money to afford all these damn kids? Hell, even if I had the money, why the hell would I do it? And it's embarrassing that I see a lot of black queens that are you settling for something that you know is not going to get you anything long term. And I've said this before about Nick Cannon. And I've said this where in retrospect to black women and black men. Black women and white women. White women are taught to go to school, to get an education. And while you at school getting the education and a degree, you marry up, you find you someone that came from money. If you didn't have nothing, you find someone else that is the level up and you marry them. Black women are not taught that. You just take whatever, if Ray around there, and even if you know Ray ain't no good, he a piece of man, and you rather have a piece of man than no man at all. But the money can't buy the time and can't buy the correlation that what these kids need, which is time, direction. They need someone to be there. Yeah, you can drop the check in the bank account every month, but do you know what their favorite subject is in school? Do you know what they're allergic to? Do you know when's the last time they've been vaccinated? Do you know what their next play is at school? Do you know when what's their favorite teacher? Do you know their teacher name? Do you go to the parent teacher conferences? There's no way in hell you gonna tell me, sir, that you can go film Wild 'N Out and all these other TV shows and you got enough time to be in every one of these kids' life. Please. Miss me with it. You can't, because you're not going to be in every TV show. You're not going to be there all the time. And I was talking to a friend the other day, and she said to me, as Black women, she said, and as a Black woman, Black women have to start taking accountability for themselves in the situations that they place themselves in. It's not so much about the man, it's more about them in the situations that they place themselves in. When do Black women start to take accountability? Yes, we say protect the Black woman, but are we really protecting the Black woman? Is the Black woman really protecting herself? Or is she just being another catalyst to the whole situation? That's another question we have to. There's all these different questions that we have to ask. But at the same time, she's not a victim. None of these women are victims to me. They volunteers for the situation, if you ask me. Because you okay going into this knowing what it's going to be. Thank you, Queen Mama Bear, for the super chat. The $25 super chat. She said, I'm predicting 2 more pregnancies for Nick by the end of the year. Shoot, you good on the 2. I'm looking for another maybe 3. I'm looking for a third one eventually to roll up out of somewhere. Hey, Misbehaving. Hey, Michi. You know, and like I said, as Black women, you know, y'all gotta start owning some stuff too. Katrina Robinson says it's sad some Black women will take whatever comes their way, but that comes back to the trauma bonds and being broken. It has to do with the mindset. Shout out to Miss Reed, right? It has to do with our mindset. If your mindset is all you've ever seen is trauma, drama, and everybody fighting and being beefed out all the time, and you tired of struggling, yeah, if so-and-so pull up in the good Maserati with the rims, and he's showing you just a little bit of attention and act like he give a damn, and he doing a little bit of social work. Now that's what I call social work. When you can sit there and get that gift of gab with a woman, and you could just tell her whatever the hell she want to hear at the moment, and you could just slide the panties to the side, because that's really what you're going to do. Slide the panties to the side, and you're going to get in there, because she's going to fall into that. She's going to fall into that. You actually are not. That's why I say you can't. After a while, you no longer become a victim. You become a volunteer for the situation. You like the situation. But I can't knock him because he's honest with his shit. He tell you from the beginning, look, I ain't finna be monogamous. That's number 1. I'm gonna have multiple women. You're gonna be a part of the harem. I just say, damn it, just get you a compound, build the compound, put all of them on the damn compound, and y'all live together. That's my feeling. Why even BS them? Just put them all in the compound and you could just go from house to house. Now, I know Mariah ain't gonna go for that bullshit, but the younger girls might go for the bullshit because they want the celebrity and the clout that being tied to you. Do they actually really even like this man? It's a business arrangement, if you ask me, for all sides. Kel says they aren't victims, but they are lost. They don't understand their own worth. Money isn't everything. But you have a society that says money is everything. You have a society that says you don't have a good life unless you're riding around in a BMW that you can't afford, staying paying rent in an apartment you can't pay for. If you're not faking and fronting and then letting it be all smoke and mirrors, because that is what the internet is. Smoke and mirrors. It's the image. It's the life. And it's sad. Shout out to Lasonda Freeman for the $4.99 super chat. Meeting him wasn't anything to write home about. Sisters don't get no play from corny Nick C. Well, allegedly, I've heard that as well, too. He has a type. And, well, most of them in the entertainment industry have a type. They all look like Build-A-Bear heifers to me. All of them look the same. Everybody's got a racially ambiguous woman. She looks the same. She's got hips, body, fake breasts, fake booty. She's toned up. They all look the same way. There's nothing aesthetically real about any of them. They all look the same. I get confused on who half the time because I don't even know because they all look the same. Nakia Tucker says, according to the model Jessica White, he tells everybody the arrangement and she had a miscarriage with Nick or he would have 8 babies. See, he's honest. I can't knock the man for being honest. Hey, best friend. Katrina Robinson says, too many different personalities. He will regret this when he gets older. Well, I hope none of his damn kids sleep with each other on accident. I really hope that, because that happens sometimes when you don't know all of your siblings. Do these kids all gonna know with each other? That's what I would be concerned about. Katrina Robinson says, was he the only child? I believe Nick Cannon is the only child, if I'm not mistaken. Amy J says, Nick has been worried about not living long, so he wants to leave children for his legacy. That's great. But we didn't say populate the whole greater United States to keep your legacy. You can have a legacy, but when it comes down to the paperwork, is who's on the paperwork. Let's keep it 100. Because you can have 1 million kids on the paperwork. How much of each estate, a part of your estate, are they going to get? And how much money is going to be left on your final days? Because liquid assets is not the same as what's on paper. A net worth, what is the liquid assets? What can be, and what woman is going to have power of attorney of all of this? Is his mother going to have power of attorney of all of this? That's my question. Hey, Faisa Love. Kel007, thank you for the super chat, the $4.99 super chat. His honesty is his game. That's how he get them. Tell them the truth so she'll work hard to become the one. Well, you can never. I'm a person that believes in this, Kel. You can't keep nobody that don't want to be kept, and clearly he don't want to be kept. So you ain't really gonna never keep him. Indigo says, my father was poly, 5 wives on 1 street. Every child had his last name. Louisiana made a law in parish that he could only be seen in public with 1 wife at a time. Now that's some, see, that's too many damn personalities and too many people getting on my nerves. I can't deal with all that. I can't. That's too much. That's too much for me personally. Teresa Craig says, no, he's not an only child. Okay, I didn't think so. Amy J says Mariah kids are going to be okay. Yeah, Mariah's kids, I'm not concerned about Mariah's kids. Their legacy is already placed in. Their mother is, she's Mariah damn Carey, for God's sakes. I mean, she done been with men that got a bigger bag than Nick Cannon. Her kids are going to be okay. My question is, with all of these women that he's with, are y'all getting a monthly allowance? I mean, what is the setup? What is the setup? Or are y'all just banking on the 401k plan, which is the kids? That's my thing. But all of this goes back to your self-worth, ladies and gentlemen. This is men and women. This is your self-worth. How do you value yourself? Do you value yourself less than? Because you would just accept any damn thing in any body that comes around. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't want to be soul tying with every woman that I meet. I'm just keeping it 100. Because when you start soul tying with people, them spirits get up on you. Whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, those spirits get on you. And now you become indoctrinated in a bunch of damn mess. And what is it? For me, it's just really sad to look at how Black women have really allowed their value and who they are as women to just literally damn near deteriorate right before my eyes. The goal now is just to be a baby mama. What happened to being a career woman, a wife that had kids, that had the family and the whole nine? Or have we just gotten the hell away from that because now just morally we just feel like it's for every one man there's 10 women? Because I don't really get it. What is it? The fantasy of being married marriage is just out the window? Nakia Tucker says Nick needs to be looking at what happened to DMX. The kids are fighting over the estate. But quiet as it's kept, they said wasn't no money in DMX's estate. There was nothing to get. So you fighting over absolutely nothing. Amy J said, I think that's why he's going after successful Black women, because Jessica White got her own money and the other Black model got their own. Are they Instagram models or are they legit runway models? Because I think this new girl is a wilding out girl. An Instagram model ain't the same as a runway model where you've been walking on Paris and Milan and you've been doing in fashion shows and you're wearing, $50,000 gowns. There's a difference. I don't look at Instagram models as models because they're not models. That to me they ain't. Now, well, Jessica White, I've been known Jessica White. I mean, Mariah is to me the epitome. That's always gonna be queen. Then you got Mariah, and then I don't know the names of the other two heifers like that because they ain't that damn important. Clearly, you needed to be clearly you needed to attach yourself to somebody. Katrina Robinson said, "How's people gonna explain this to his kids? Your daddy was out here. I mean, what can you really explain?" I mean, and let's be clear, because your parents, and I have been around a lot of people who have been rich. They grew up with a silver spoon in their mouth. Their parents had money, but their parents was never around. So what's the good of having a parent that was never around, and every time they came around, they pacified you with money and things? It doesn't make you a parent. That doesn't make you a parent. Because you come around at Christmas time or at any other time and you come and drop gifts off. What you trying to please Santa Claus? It's not even about Papa Buzz the Rolling Stone at this point. You just acting a fool. And this is why I always tell my friends, be cognizant of who you make kids with. My dad was never around. I'll keep it 100 with y'all. My father was never around. Yeah, he helped make me, but he wasn't around. I couldn't tell you if my dad died today or tomorrow that I would actually shed a tear for him because he's a stranger and I don't know him. He failed me. And he also failed my sister. When he had a chance to do the right thing with my sister, he still did not do the right thing. He did not pay child support consistently. My stepfather raised me and showed me what a man is supposed to do as far as the household and taking care of his family. Yeah, you help create me, but when it comes down to it, we don't know each other. And this man got ghetto twins by having all of these kids born several months apart. And this is my thing. Whether you're a woman with money or with a woman without money, common sense should be common sense. Why would you lower your standard and lower who you are as a woman to be with a man that's not going to be around? That all you're going to be is a baby mama to. Yeah, I'm going to come around, see my kids, and try to still screw you. And you might let me screw you. Because there was something to what was between my third leg. And that's why you got all up into it. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to do anything for you but pay you to the left. And it's all about money. This ain't about love. It ain't about shit. Got shit to do. Tina Turner told us what the hell love got to do with it. This is about financial stability. And here's the thing. A lot of men that do this and they have a whole bunch of damn kids, yeah, I'll do for you and I'll take care of you. I'll take care of you, but I'm going to control you to a sense. I'll give you money if you do this. I'll give you money if you do this. There is always going to be transactional with you unless you have your own and you build your own. If not, it's going to be a transactional situation. You know, you can have a beautiful woman on your arm, but if you can't keep her, then what's the point in having her? Tina Inez says, nowadays, some women just don't want to work. Money is more important than having. Yeah. You ain't lying. Amy J. Nick has been trying to bag a black women that ain't with the shit. Chili, Jessica White, and Lanisha Cole. But see, them things, there's guys like this that don't even have Nick Cannon's money that pull black women that got the money and the means, and they end up taking care of them. So, I mean, that shit, that happens in the regular schmegular people. You know, so that now this one's funny. Curated Media says Stick Cannon. Yeah, Stick Cannon. He's sticking them all right. And he's moving too. Sticking and moving vigorously through these streets. I'm not sure why people put themselves in situations like this for short-term clout. Because Surefire is because women's value of themselves, black women's value of themselves is low. Anytime you will call into a person like Kevin Samuels, that says a lot where the state of a lot of black women is at. Yes, I said what I said. Anytime you will call into Kevin Samuels' show to get advice from him, that lets me know where women are, black women are in this day and age of time. Now, if we gonna talk about it, let's talk about it. BLK 1865 says Nick is not even pulling famous girls anymore. That's what I said. What the hell is an IG model? I still don't understand what the hell an IG model is. What do you do? Somebody explain to me, what the hell do you do? Besides stand in photos, half naked in photos and bikinis with your ass out. Tell me, what do you do? That's not modeling to me. Ma'am, that's not modeling. Queen Mama Bear says one day Nick gonna dip into something he won't be able to get rid of. You right. That's why I said, when you got somebody sticking and moving like that, all up and through different people's pH balance, you don't care about nobody. I'm just saying, you don't even give a damn about yourself at this point. Hey, Ebony Hearth. Katrina Robinson says Nick is taking the easy way out. He don't want to put in the work into relationships. He's doing what most black men do. They make an excuse. You get hurt by one damn woman, and then now every woman after that has to pay for your pain instead of you laying your black ass down on somebody's couch and healing your shit and getting your shit together. Because every woman is not the same. But the problem is nobody wants to do the inner work on the inside to fix themselves. It's easier to point out every other person's flaw about themselves, but instead of standing in front of the mirror and owning that shit on your own and saying, you know what, I got to take accountability because I keep putting myself in these situations. It ain't about the women. Sir, what the hell? Something wrong with you too. It's not about these women for me. BLK 1865 says Nick is doing this on purpose. Maybe they'll all live in the same neighborhood. I told it. BLK, I said earlier, get a damn compound, put everybody on the damn compound, and just go from house to house. Because at this point, this is what it is. Kel007 says, hell, I don't want to work, but I wouldn't degrade myself by having a baby for some money. Thank God for my mom and dad who taught me morals and values. I've said that. The moral compass is gone. What are you gaining from this? Let's be real. You're gaining a check. All money ain't good money. So tell me how you make your money. Let's be real. And it just tells you that black women are not being guided by the old lady underneath the tree. The old school mother that tells you to value and love yourself. There's no father in the home to teach the black man how to carry himself as a black man and how he should treat the black woman. There's a problem. It's too much self-hate within yourself that you can't see the forest between the trees because you think that sex equates love, and it don't. And you bringing kids into situations that you further perpetuate the generational curses that have already been placed on our people. This shows nothing positive about the black family. Nothing. All it shows us is that black people are still willing to perpetuate the same things that white people believe that we are doing when it comes to our black family. And we're doing a great job destroying our own shit. They don't have to do nothing to us. They started the implementation of this with slavery. He's broken. So all he's doing is going from woman to woman to woman and making excuses for it. But he feels as if I'm being honest about it. That negates what I'm doing because I'm being honest. Sir, no, it doesn't. It doesn't negate it. And it doesn't make it okay. But once again, I'm not going to run him down in the mill because it's the women that also are opening their legs to them. Amy J, I think it was Megan Good and Selena Banks that broke his heart. At the end of the day, go get some damn therapy. I don't care who broke your heart. Get you some healing. Oh no, Kevin Samuels, he's just sickening and treats women like trash, and I think it's deep-rooted in anger against women in general. It might be, but see, when you got trauma, once again, this is where we need therapy. There's nothing wrong with that. BLK 1865, those are not black women. Those are mixed women with blonde hair. They're racially ambiguous. I'm fully aware of that. And everybody in the industry has a racially ambiguous girlfriend, baby mama, wife, or whatever. That's the standard. Black men no longer are. I very rarely see black men with black women that are not racially ambiguous or racially ambiguous women, however y'all want to say it. Because a lot of times they don't even consider more towards themselves being black or even acknowledge that they're even black. Some people don't. They'll say that they're mixed. I wouldn't even want to date a man with 5 different baby mamas. You shouldn't. Hell, you should want better for yourself. That's why I keep saying these women, it's not so much him. These women have to take accountability too. This is not just him. Taro says, I got more respect for him than Future. I would love for you to elaborate on that. Because to me, he's no better than Future. Oh, what? Because you take pictures with your baby mamas on the beach and on wherever else and say and rub their belly and say that you care and all that shit. Nah, sir. That don't make you better than him. You just as bad. You just as bad. You just do it. You just do it in a more classy based way, but it's still the same shit. It just comes off a little bit more classier because the way you do it, you dress it up a little bit better, but it's the same BS. Nakia Tucker says Nick is just doing co-workers right now. I mean, at this point, because he's, trust me, just like any circle, any small circle or big circle, once you already are put out there, you know, everybody know what it is with you. It ain't no surprise. So a woman with common sense, you're not going to attract a woman with common sense and intellect because she's not even going to want to deal with you because you're not even on the same frequency as her and you can't even vibrate to that frequency. No matter how much money you have, you will still not be phased. You can't even touch her because she ain't even going to let you to even get to that point. Amy J says, I hate when people say Kevin Samuels is gay. I believe Kevin Samuels has mommy issues, and that's where his hate from women come. Kevin Samuels reminds me of a lot of black men that I've actually run into over time, where they've had some grief between their mother, which was a black woman, and then they've equated that into their relationships with other black women that they have been with. And therefore, since they have mommy issues and they turn that into their issues with their relationships or marriages that they have, they turns them off even more towards black women because they have an issue with black women. And it becomes in from self-hate because they eventually get into the self-hate notion. So that's really what that is. If people want to sit there and give Kevin Samuels their money, go right ahead. There's a market for it because people nowadays don't think outside of the box and don't think for themselves. Their intellect is based off of what the crowd says and what social media says. If it's the it thing and it's the thing to do, then everybody runs behind it, not really thinking outside of the box and really understanding that everything is not good. Everything you listen to is not good for you. This is why you don't allow and listen to everything and put everything into your subconscious mind, because then anything negative that you listen to, it gets in your subconscious, you begin to vibrate on that same frequency. Coral says, I don't know how they do it. I would not look at him and be like, yay, I can't wait for my turn. All money ain't good money. This is way too many mouths to feed and people who come before me. It's true. Amy J says Future is bitter. Future's an F-boy. I mean, that's what they do. You guys don't think it's weird that all the mothers look alike mixed with blonde hair? He's chasing Mariah. That's every black man in the industry's preference. If y'all watch that episode with 50 Cent and Lil Wayne, they both said they like a girl that looks exotic. For them, racially ambiguous women are exotic. That's the girl in the hood that would never give them any play. She won't give them any play because they didn't have the money in their pocket. Now that they have the money in their pocket, she's going to give them play. That's what it is. They say they want an exotic looking woman when you don't realize black women are the most exotic thing on this earth. They come in so many different shades, colors, and sizes. There's an issue with that. If y'all ever watched that show, The Game, where the season where Jason Pitts met Chardonnay, which was Brandy's character, and he said that in high school the brown skinned women or the black girls, that all black girls would make fun of him because he was so high yellow. So that was which pushed him towards dating white girls. He stopped dating black girls because they treated him messed up. So instead, he turned that into a psychological thing that all black women are the same. They all treat us the same. So now I'm just only going to date white women or racially ambiguous women. But that happens for a lot of people. I actually dated a woman that told me a guy she met in high school, that she was she liked him. Well, he liked her, she liked him. I think she was like my complexion or maybe a little bit lighter. She liked him. Okay, he was the same complexion. He wouldn't date her because he told her, if I have kids with you, they'll be too dark. I want my kids to be light. So in retrospect, he wound up marrying a woman that was Latino, whose family now hates him because he's not Latino. They don't even want him around. He married a woman whose family hates him because of who he is. So there, it goes back to self-hate, and it goes back to self-worth and self-love. If we teach kids from the beginning, when they're young, about their heritage and about loving themselves and all of that, then they won't even want to be attracted to someone who is filled with this. But see, like attracts like. Nick Cannon is attracting these women because they have the same daddy issues, broken issues, mommy issues, whatever issues. And so they are attracted to this, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. And I want people to understand that this is not cute for the culture, but we perpetuate the same things that they believe that we are. Oh, all they do is lay around and have babies and go from man to man. Oh, what's she doing? She ready to chase a bag. She getting this and she getting that. Oh, well, he buying her Birkins. He doing this and who doing that. Okay, how many Birkin bags and YSL shoes can he buy you? How many different continents can he screw you on, and how many places he can take you out on a private jet? But at the end of the day, does he pray with you? Does he tell you his dreams? Does he understand you? Does he pour into you? Does he fill your cup like you fill his cup? Are y'all equally yoked? Is there a bond? Were you friends first before you became lovers? Nah, you ain't getting none of that. You getting a wet ass and you getting sent along on your way. And at the end of the day, if this is what young black women find to be beautiful, or find this to be a goal, that's really sad. But I'll say this, we must not want much in this world and in this life if this is what our examples are. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. To me, I'm not even mad at him. I'm mad at the women that are laying down with him for the money and for the accolade of being with him. Because at this point in time, this ain't even about, I can't even be mad at him. Because you a volunteer. You like this situation. Because what? It gets you trending on the blogs. And you get to have him for what? How many moments until he don't want you no more? And then he breaks off from you and then he meets somebody else and he has a baby with them. But yet he's the same person that'll walk around here like most of these entertainers and spit all that hotep bullshit, but don't even live half of it. They talk about protecting the black family and the black man and how the black man should act, but they don't even practice what they preach. But yet people place them on a pedestal. These platforms give power. You better be careful who you giving your power to. And just because they kinfolk don't mean they skinfolk, and they're looking out for the best interests of the community. A lot of it, they just perpetuating what they believe we are anyway. Gail France says, I live in New Jersey and just saw a commercial. Nick Cannon has a talk show. Yeah, he does. The one that he almost lost previously for that interview on his podcast. that he had to go back and get that right with those people. If I was light skinned, I would be scared of men who are colorists, because if my daughter came out darker, what can you ask her? Dad teach her about self-love and not a damn thing. You gotta look at it for what it's worth. Nick money ain't that long either. No, it ain't. It ain't even about having black babies. I just think at this point, like I said, we have a lot of work that we need to do as a culture and as a black people. We need to do better. We need to be better than what we are. We need to also understand that with every move and what they see, no matter how much money you have, no matter how much accolades you have, you always gonna be black first. And if you really want to uplift the culture, show the examples of what and how a black man should be to his family, not all of the things that he should not be. BLK 1865 says Nick got 10 jobs and a divorce check from Mariah. And I'm supposed to be impressed because you got 10 jobs and a divorce check? You lost some of your jobs when you did that interview on your podcast. Right. So you had to go back to those people and beg pardon so that you could get some of them jobs back. Money doesn't last always, and that's what people need to understand. Just because you have money don't mean it's for you to go around here populating half of the damn nation. Okay, and that check, them child support checks get smaller and smaller the more children that they have. Because if he takes a note from a lot of these rappers, a lot of them is behind on child support. Because they got 7, 8, 9 different damn kids by all these different women. That check gets smaller and smaller and they get behind. So I'm gonna just say on the real tip, for me, and I'm gonna go ahead and sum all of this up. Black women and black men need to hold themselves accountable, because black people have this inability to do that because of our ego and our pride that allows us to get in the way of actually seeing the forest for the trees. We don't want to actually uphold ourselves to some real validity. Own your ish. That's what you have to do at the end of the day. These women are just as fault as he is. They banking excuses for a man's flaw and opening up their legs to have children for a check. So black women also have to hold themselves accountable for the situations that they place themselves in, because a lot of this shit can be avoided if you would do the work, fix your trauma bonds. Therefore, you wouldn't be out here looking crazy. A lot of folks out here looking crazy and justifying ignorant behavior for the sake of a check. But if you're willing to sell your soul for some zeros, go right ahead. But all money is never good money. And what you chase sometimes ain't good for you either. Learn that there's a difference. Because just like he got this one pregnant, when these sets of babies are born, he'll leave her too, and he'll be on to the next one. So it's not about how much money you got, and it's not about can you afford them. It's about, at the end of the day, can you be an actual father to each and every one of these kids that's in all of these different households and be there for them and know them inside and out? And the reality is, you won't be. You'll be a father that sends the check, and that's it. And it starts at home. So whatever you learned at home is what you take into the real world. So, ladies and gentlemen, if we want to be the change that we see and we want the culture to be better, we have to change ourselves. We have to stand in front of the mirror and hold ourselves accountable. That's where that starts. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Because I'm going to tell you right now, every home ain't beautiful just because you stand in front of some pictures on and somebody holding your stomach. Plot, please. And if that's all you wanted was a check, baby, you can go out here and earn your own damn money and earn your own keep and get everything that you want in life and not have to depend on a man. But hey, you do what you want to do. It's your body, your life. I'm just saying, if you want better and you want the examples of us to be better than what they are, we have to change the toxic behavior. And then we also have to change the generational curses that were placed on us from our parents. It's called breaking the damn cycle. But when you have people like Nick Cannon, which are glorified and pumped up, and oh, he the man because he doing that. He the man. No, he's a clown. He's not the man. He's a clown. I don't care how much money he has. He's a clown. He's no better than Future. He's no better than Fetty Wap. He's no better than what's some of the rest of them? Chief Keef and the rest of them. They all trifling. And what does that say about the women? Because you are no better. So if we're going to be accountable, you got to hold the men accountable and the women. Dree T says the sad part is some black women will go off on you for calling these women out and saying, why do we always blame the women as if the women should protect their own wool? Slow. Let me tell you something over here. I'm equal opportunity dragger. I don't give a damn if you a woman or a man, who you are. If you're doing some goofy ass, trifling ass shit, I'm going to call it out to the carpet. Because at the end of the day, that's the problem in the black community. We don't hold each other accountable. We uplift the toxic behavior, but the good behavior, we don't give light to that. The toxic shit is what we give light to. So if we're going to talk about it, let's talk about it all. And if we're going to be honest, we're going to be honest about it all over here. Now, if you want somebody to pacify your needs, this ain't the channel for you. Because I'm keeping it 100 all the time over here. Because this is a safe space for us to learn and to be better so that we can go out into the world and have better responses and do better. But if you don't want to do better, hey, that's on you. But when you know better, you do better. And guess what? You attract better. And you don't end up just a baby mama or a baby daddy or in a toxic relationship that you ain't got no business being in. So do what you want to do with your life. I don't have to live it. I don't. But I will be honest about how these things that we see in social media correlate to everyday life. Because there's men that don't have the money Nick Cannon is doing, and they doing the same thing. And people uphold them in the same way, in the same regard, and give them kudos for BS. I'm not going to give you kudos to goofiness and to stupidity and fool-la-la. If that's what you want, I'm not the person for you. So, in closing, do better, black people. Let's all do better. Let's fix our trauma bonds. Let's do better so that we are not out here perpetuating things like this. This is not what we should be supporting in the community. We should be supporting marriages between black men, black women, gay, lesbian, straight, whatever you choose, whatever your flavor is. We should be promoting positive black love, not toxic black love. Because this is what kids look at. A lot of them don't have good examples at home, so they look at social media. So be the better example that you want to see. I love y'all. Thank you for joining me tonight. Y'all follow me on my Twitter, on my Instagram. Anybody that has did a super chat tonight, thank you so very much for those super chats. I love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. And y'all be blessed. Stay peaceful. Stay positive. Don't let nobody affect your energy. And I'm gonna tell you, anybody that's bringing you any negative grief your way, guess what? Negative people don't deserve a positive response. Keep your head up. That money clip